Hello, Rowan Mithril here once again, back where it all started, the original Mega Man, and through the magic of video editing, here we are right where we left off. Of course the score might be a little bit different because, well, I have changed emulators since the last time I was recording this. Shh! So anyway, with that, it's finally time to do some perfect runs of Fortress stages. Yes, we're going after Dr. Wily. So, let's get right to it. Quite the bounty on your head there, Wily. And a different type of flying saucer. Guess this one's a prototype. I think all the other ones he's had are blue. A bit rounder in shape, too, now that I think about it. Also, you don't get a nifty little map screen this time showing you the fortress, so who knows what Wily's first place looked like. So we start things off this time with a bunch of big eyes. I've been told that if you jump just as they land, they'll always do a high jump, but I haven't really found that to be the case. It's like sometimes it works, but other times it doesn't, so big eyes are still kind of the most terrifying of the giant stomper type enemies. Oh no, you don't get a second chance. Yeah, those guys are definitely troublesome. Alright, so here you need to use either the Super Arm or the Thunder Beam to get through. Simple matter of preference. And then we have this problem. Some very exacting jumps you have to make through here unless you want to use the Ice Slasher to freeze the fire bars. Whoa! Yeah, you barely have enough time to escape if you get it wrong. Whew, and that's only if you time even going in there to attempt it right. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that was a near thing. Twice. Optional, you can try and do another of those jumps here to get a large energy if you want. And looks like I am not getting that, but who needs it? So up here, get ready to go back down. Yeah, those fleas there, if they make a far jump, you won't have time to react to them. You need them to do the shorter but higher jump. I'm not sure if there's something that actually controls which kind of jump they do, but I tend to be very twitchy in that area, just in case they do the far jump and don't give me time to react. Just be careful about the killer bullets, and also do not immediately jump down off this ladder, or you're likely to get shot by footholders. Yeah, we have to deal with these pests again. You might want to stay up here until they give you a more agreeable positioning. Which, so far, it looks like they're not interested in doing. Down, please. Okay, almost. And there we go. Now to get through this room, well, hope you found the magnet beam. If you run out of shots of it, you have to go down into the previous room where there are some weapon energy pellets, and you can just recharge it as much as you need that way. They'll respawn every time you go back in the room. And now for perhaps the most tedious boss in Mega Man history. It's time for the Yellow Devil. This thing is simply tedium personified. It's not really even particularly hard. It just takes a while. You only get one shot per pass. To make things even more special, it can sometimes open the eye too high for you to hit with a Mega Buster. Wonderful. It has an annoying number of invincibility frames, so you can only get that one shot per pass. So, hope you can make them all count. Otherwise, you're gonna be here a while. Heck, even if he cooperates, you're still gonna be here a while. I think that's basically Yellow Devil's main weapon, is just the tedium. It gets so boring that you can kind of drift off during this battle. So long as you keep the pattern memorized, he really isn't difficult. Yeah, there he goes, opening the eye too high for me to hit. And again. Oh, we're gonna get some revenge on you. Oh, yes, we are. Basically, my only problem with this fight is I'm running out of things to say. I know a lot of people wanted to see this fight, but I really don't know why. Thank goodness YouTube upped the time limit on videos, huh? Seriously wonder just how long this is gonna be. Oh, you would open it too high, wouldn't you? I think this is the last hit. So of course he's gonna be uncooperative. Twice! You pest! I am going to shoot you in your special eye. My brand! And there we go. Yellow Devil is done, and look at Mega Man shimmy. Yeah, it's not a difficult battle, just super tedious. It's why I really hate devil bosses. They're just not interesting after you've fought them once. So yeah, Wily 1 is done. And with that, of course, there are some outtakes. Enjoy! Why must your saucer be so loud? I just want to finish this stage so I don't have to hear it anymore. Or right before they jump again, they'll always do a high jump, but I haven't found that to be the case. Yeah. It seems like it works sometimes, but not always. I think people are just seeing patterns where they really want to see them. That or I'm just doing this wrong. And yet, it seems like it works most of the time, but I've still had times where I'm pretty sure I've jumped at the right time, kind of like that. Bugger! Unless I just have the wrong idea of what to do there. It's entirely possible. Blast? You're supposed to jump just as they land, I think. So some very exacting jumps you have to make past these fire bars. Well, unless you want to use Ice Slasher to freeze them. And that happens. Bugger! I'm including this part of a longer outtake just due to the fact that during the successful run, the fleas didn't actually show what I was talking about them doing. Now up here, be ready to go back down if need be because of these fleas. Yeah, if they do a long jump like that, you do not have time to get past them without taking damage. You need them to do the short jump. Now don't immediately jump down or you'll land in the crossfire from these footholders. Yes, we have to deal with these blasted things again. Darn it! So down this ladder in the room with the killer bullet, there are a couple of silly glitches that you can pull off. First, if you time a jump off the top of the screen to make a killer bullet spawn there, you basically kill the generator and don't have to worry about them anymore. Second, much like back in the Cutman stage, thanks to how that ladder is positioned down there, you can pretty much bypass this entire room. Just make sure you don't immediately jump off the ladder or you're likely to land in foothold or crossfire down here. But still, interesting to know some silly things you can do with that room. So if you're like me and you just happen to think the Yellow Devil is boring and tedious and not really all that challenging, and you just want to take him down quickly, there is a much faster way to fight him. First off, his true weakness is the Thunder Beam. Thanks to the larger hitbox of the Thunder Beam, it can pretty much hit his eye no matter where he opens it. Oh, but the fun doesn't end there. Oh no. It's time to discuss perhaps the most well-known exploit of the classic series, the Select Pause glitch. The first Mega Man game was the only one to have this. It had a secondary pause function that didn't bring up the weapon menu. But with this unique type of pause came a strange glitch. Pausing the game this way resets on-screen hitboxes. Thus, you can use it to score extra hits. Okay, so we've hit Yellow Devil once. Now, Yellow Devil has an annoying number of invincibility frames. It's how they make it so that you can usually only get one shot per pass against him. However, if you wait about 6 seconds or so, and unpause, a second hit. And again. And again. It's a little weird sometimes. And again. And again. And he's dead. That's satisfying. Now, a word of warning, this actually can be used against several of the bosses, however it's a double-edged sword. Make sure you're not getting damaged at the time because it can work against you, too. So, hey, notice during the outtakes a certain someone who was completely absent other than in that one proof of concept? Yeah. I give Dr. Wily Stage 1 a 4 out of 10. There are some things in this stage that can make it tough. Yellow Devil just doesn't happen to be one of them. Most of the difficulty in this stage comes from the trio of big eyes at the start, the tricky jumps over fire bars in the same room, and dealing with the randomness of footholders right at the end. I'm actually kind of surprised I only had one outtake against those. I fully expected to get pushed into the spikes at least once. And hey, that second one was certainly trying for it in the successful run. The rest of it is just tedium. First, it's getting the fleas in that one room to cooperate, and I still wonder if there's a surefire way to make them jump the way you want them to. And then, of course, the Titan of Tedium, the big bad of boredom himself, the Yellow Devil. Devil bosses in general, they just aren't too hard once you memorize their pattern of movement. I know this is at least the case with this guy, Twin Devil in 9, and Block Devil in 10. I forget if the ones in 3 and 8 mix it up any more than this. Either way, devil bosses, they tend to lose their novelty and their difficulty pretty quickly. That gone, they just become boring, which is perhaps where the real threat lies. It's easy to become complacent during these types of battles, and thus to get careless. However, it's not the battle of epic terror that a lot of people make it out to be. I think a lot of that honestly is nostalgia vision. After all, the first time you play Mega Man and you get to the Dr. Wily stage, you get to the end and you expect to fight an old guy in a flying saucer. Suddenly, you're trapped in a dark room, random things start flying through, forming a giant hulking monstrosity, and that can be pretty intimidating your first time. But learn the pattern, and this guy's easy. So by virtue of his stage and lulling you to sleep, he gets a 4 out of 10. With that, that's the end of this one. Thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall see you again next time for Wily Stage 2. Until then, fare thee well.